Well, today has been off to a good start. I did my video edit. Yesterday I ran into tons and tons of problems and no problems today, which is awesome. Anyway, it's uploading now. I don't know why I showed you that. You can't see it because of the lighting, but it's uploading. Anyway, Kelly's coming over and we're going to exchange gifts because we don't really have any time to really... We're not going to have time to give each other gifts, so like today is our only day that we'll be able to like see each other between now and 3 days before Christmas. Yeah, kind of sad, but, you know, busy time of year. So, that means I have to do some Christmas wrapping, and I can show you what I got. Come take a look. Now, I will be honest, I have not seen the movie, but I was told that she wanted this very bad. It's just that gigantic pig from Moana. His name's Pua. This is definitely the thumbnail. Next, because, let's see if you can see that. Getting some glare. Is like a Mary Poppins, what do you call it? It's like one of those bobblehead type things, or the huge head kind of things. And the significance of that is that she and I met during Mary Poppins, actually. And so then I also got her from the actual Playbill store, the Mary Poppins bag. It's from like the actual Broadway show, officially licensed Mary Poppins. It's pretty cool, I thought. So I had to get that. Now my fourth gift, I'm super mad about. It's not here yet. It's supposed to arrive today. It's not here yet, and I keep saying it's not here yet because it's not here yet. It's bugging me. Anyway, it is a Baymax onesie, because she loves onesies. And she likes Baymax. So you combine the two. And you get awesomeness. So, that's that. So we opened gifts, and she just left because she had to go over to a friend's Christmas party. But she did give me this. I love that. That sound. It's perfect. Anyway, just gonna relax, chill, right before I go see Rouge One tonight with all my friends. Getting ready to leave. Gonna go pick up Billy, and we'll be on our way to see Star Wars. Expect a full review.
That everybody was not gonna die? I mean, come on.
Review time. So, Rouge One, in my opinion, much better than Episode 7. Obviously, a lot of people have been saying that, but, you know, comparing the two movies to each other almost doesn't seem fair, just because, for the simple fact that they are, they take place in different time periods, and it's two totally different, like, storylines. The storyline of Episode 7 has like nothing to do with Rouge One. So, and it's like, this is what happened here, this is what happens here. So, yeah, obviously the backstory is there, but, they're not connected. So, it's not building upon it in any way. It's basically an exposition movie. That's what I would call it. It's giving us some information that George Lucas failed to write into the script of Episode 4. So because he failed to write that, they basically said, let's make a movie off of it. Is that your cup of tea? I don't know. It might not be, it might be. For me, I thought it was kind of satisfying. There was one thing I did not like about it. This is where I'm going to announce my spoiler alert. If you have not seen it, go ahead and stop the vlog and pick up tomorrow, because the rest of this vlog is going to be about the review of Star Wars. My main problem with it is once they basically get back and they're talking about blowing up the Death Star and everything, Jen is she tells them how to basically blow up the Death Star. However, she has no proof that what she's saying is actually true. They're going to have to take her at her word of it. And she's not a very, as you watch the movie, you'll know that she's not a very reliable source or a credible person. So the rebels are, skeptical of this. However, this is a huge moment. This is a Death Star that destroys planets. They have seen what the Death Star is capable of. And instead of even thinking about putting up a fight, they basically say, we're going to throw in the towel. We're going to surrender. After all this fighting, after everything, they're just going to throw in the towel and not even take the one chance that they might have to crush their enemy. And that to me just wasn't convincing. And she even says that, and it makes her, it gives her that, gives you the big hero moment of, look at me and my wonderful plan, and you guys aren't going to go for it, so I'll go do it myself. And I'm fine with that whole storyline of, kind of having, good grief, it's a rebel rebelling against rebels. It's redundancy on top of redundancy. So I'm fine with that. It's just, I wanted a more satisfying reason than, we don't trust you. So since we don't trust you, we're just going to throw in the towel and surrender. No, that wasn't convincing to me in any way. We're talking about these rebels who've been fighting the Imperial fleet for years and years and years, and they've lost families, they've lost loved ones. That's the one thing you need to remember about this movie. It's much more dramatic. It's not all lightsabers. There's a lot more character building and character driven stories in this movie than there have been in the past, which I'm fine with. I'm all for them doing that. I think that's what people are really wanting to see in movies and TV shows nowadays. A prime example would be Walking Dead. Everyone loves to see, the characters, what they're feeling, and it demands more of the actors that way. The performances were really good. Any scene with Donnie Yen was pretty fun. He was just a really cool guy. Acting, you could tell he was kind of struggling with some English. But, when he was out there fighting, it was good. The fight scenes, I gotta say the beach scene was my favorite. I want to, just rewatch that. It was amazing. One complaint I did have, and this is by no means the movie's fault, was the theater I went to was really disappointing. It was a huge screen. The screen was perfect size, but the brightness was so dim. It was so hard to see what was going on, during dark night scenes. And this is a dark movie, like I said, so color grading is very dark. Lots of grays, lots of dark earth tones and things. This is not bright colors at all. I don't even think I saw the color red until the end when Darth Vader turns his lightsaber on, which I thought was brilliant too. I thought it was brilliant. It stood out and it caught your eyes immediately, and you're just like, oof, good. It was very interesting with the color grading. But because of that, it was a dark movie. And the screen was super dark. And like I said, again, this is not the movie's fault in any way. The projector apparently was just very dim. And so I can't wait to go see it again, to where it was definitely a movie I'd watch again. But definitely maybe possibly something at IMAX. The AT-AT's amazing. Not even close to the stupid models that were made over in, the original episode 4. Overall, cinematography, very good. Some beautiful shots by the DP in the very beginning of some of the landscapes in there. In the beginning, it's really good. And then after a while, it's just some, good solid shots. But in the beginning, I was hoping to see a bit more of that. But then it kind of, Star Wars into let's go CGI everything. But you can tell that they have picked a lot more actual locations, which I'm thinking everyone's going to be more pleased about, because it definitely added to the realism of we're not just standing in a green screen studio. Don't get me wrong. it's still heavily on that, but there's actual locations. It's not just literally a green room. So I was very pleased with that. Second thing I was disappointed with, like I said, this is a big spoiler. The reveal of Princess Leia at the end, it was very much less than satisfying. And again, it could have been the screen I was looking at. We all knew it was her. We didn't need to see her CGI face. It didn't look good. It was not, the gaze was like looking over here or something. It looked off. Her head looked actually extra big to me. I saw it and immediately was like, no. I mean, I think everyone, and again, you're kind of like, oh yeah, it was nice to have you guys got her in there, but no, and it wasn't worth it. We all knew as soon as the door opens and you just see, you know, her standing there with the back to the camera, everyone knew exactly who it was in the whole theater. There was no question. Everyone knew. So, and then when they turned around, they just show, you know, like cut off the head, and then just like from the side. And again, everyone knew. You could tell by the voice. You could tell by the clothes that she was wearing. It's the exact same clothes. We didn't need to see her face, and I really wish they hadn't CGI'd in her face in there. So overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it's a solid Star Wars movie, which is hard to come across these days. You know, like, you know, Star Wars can be, we had 3 movies that personally I did not like in the slightest. I don't know if I'll ever want to watch them again, unless maybe to critique them, but I didn't like them. Number 7 was good. This, to me, is a far better improvement than 7, but like I said from the beginning, I don't feel like it's right to compare the 2 movies together because they're so different. It's 2 totally different types of storylines that they're following. You know, this Rogue One is definitely an exposition movie, and, you know, The Force Awakens is definitely an awakening of the storyline. So to compare the 2, to me, it's not even relevant. I don't think you should. I think it was a nostalgia piece that Disney was kind of like, I think the fans would like to see an AT-AT again, you know? And let's see if we can show them like another battle scene that everyone loves from the original movies. And, you know, and let's make a ton of money off of it. And I'm fine with that. I think that worked for them. I think that they presented us with a really interesting story. And K2SO, super funny. Some of the best comedy lines that didn't sound cheesy in Star Wars to this date. I don't know why, but Star Wars has never known how to do good comedy, for the most part. Even in the originals, it just, some of the stuff they'd say, you're just like, that's so cheesy, it's not funny in any way. Anyway, that is where I'm going to end today. Tomorrow, we'll hold some interesting events.